Hey everybody, Teresa here from Inspiration Cards, and I'm back with our last card for this month's Stamp Jammies online card class using the Sweet Conversations stamp set. I hope you've been enjoying the cards as much as I've enjoyed making them and sharing them with you. If you want more information on how to get your hands on the class supplies for this or any of my previous Stamp Jammies online card classes, stick around to the end where I'll share all that information and how you can get in on next month's Stamp Jammies online card class. All right, let's get to some stamping. So here's this week's card. For this card, I'm using a favorite color combination of mine, Petal Pink and Crumb Cake. I really like how this actually goes together. So for this card, what you're going to need from your class supplies are large piece of Crumb Cake cardstock. So this is just half a sheet of 8.5 by 11. And then you'll also have one large, one small piece of Petal Pink cardstock. And then you'll have 3 pieces of Very Vanilla. I wanted to go a little softer with this week's card. So we've got 2 larger pieces. You'll see one's just a little bit smaller than the other. And then of course we've got a 2x2 square. And of course you'll have some linen thread, one of my favorite go-tos, and of course you'll have a few rhinestone basic jewels hiding in there as well. So let's get started and just fold our card base in half. Go, just line up those edges. Get that nice crisp clean fold. There we go. All right, so on the largest piece of Very Vanilla, this is the piece that's actually going to go on the inside of your card. What you're going to do is you're going to grab the smallest dotted circle image. And just to mix up the colors a little bit, because I want both colors on the inside of the card. So we're going to have that crumb cake border. So this is going to get stamped with Petal Pink, of course. All right, just going to gently tap my stamp onto the ink pad. And we're going to do 3 along the bottom. There we go. And let's set that aside to dry. And next you're going to want the next largest piece of Very Vanilla. So this is going to go on the outside. This is going to be the card front. And we're actually going to start with a little bit of crumb cake. So I wanted to make a card that was a little more general, so not necessarily for Valentine's Day. And so I thought I would use one of the other not heart images. So this is just a series of lines. Here we go. And so I'm just going to tap this onto the ink pad and then just around the cardstock. Here we go. Just going to rotate it. There we go. And that's 5 times. I like to stamp them in odd numbers. So that way it looks, it's a little more eye-catching that way. All right, so let's close that up for now. And we're going to grab the large circle, dotted circle, whatever you want to call this image. There we go, that guy there. Okay, give it a nice press onto your block. And then this guy's going to use Petal Pink. And again, I'm going to do an odd number. I'm going to do 3 of these just to kind of fill in some of the gaps. Right, of course, I'm going to have my nice square over here. There we go. Got a nice big open space here. Just going to rotate that around. There we go. All right, so let's set that aside and grab the smallest piece of Very Vanilla. So this is just a 2x2 inch square. And while I am using one of the heart images, on the inside it just says love you. So this could be for anniversary, it could be, you know, bride giving this to their groom or vice versa. Or it could be just because. Love you can cover a lot of different occasions, right? And sometimes we just want to say love you. All right, so I'm gonna grab my crumb cake one more time, and that small, here we go, dotted circle one last time. And we're just gonna spray this image around the heart. Not really keeping track of how many. There we go. So nice little spray of stamped images. All right, and we're gonna set that aside to dry for a minute. And so you can grab your other pieces here so we can get to some sticking. All right, so what you're gonna want to grab, I'm using my Stamp and Seal, so you can use your go-to tape runner, your liquid glue, glue dots, whatever is your go-to adhesive. Go. And like I said, this is going to go on the inside of the card. So there we go. And of course, you want to pull in that petal pink a little bit more, help the stamped images pop even more. So that's where this petal pink card mat comes in handy. There we go. Now, before I add this to our card base, you're going to want to grab your piece of linen thread. We're going to wrap it around a couple of times. So we're going to add a bow just off to the right. Now sometimes it's helpful to add a little bit of adhesive, whether it's like a little mini glue dot or just a little bit of liquid glue just to kind of keep that in place. Go. There, so now that I've got that in place, again, just whatever your go-to adhesive is, just stick that right on the back here. And that'll go right onto that petal pink card mat. There we go. This really helps to emphasize the petal pink that's on there. All right, now before we add these guys here with some dimensionals, we got to stick these two together. Oh, looks like I got to trim a little bit off there. Looks like my math was a little off. So our petal pink square is actually 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. Here we go. So you get that nice little border around the edges. You could actually go even a little smaller if you want a smaller border around. There we go. I'm going to stick with the 1/4 inch border. There we go. Match it up with the rest of my card here. All right, and then on the back, I'm just going to stick, there we go, a few dimensionals on the back. I always like to add a little one in the center there. You can never have too many dimensionals. And just peel the papers off the back. There we go. And that's going to go in this little spot over here. It's okay if it overlaps the linen thread. There we go. All right, and to finish it off, just a few rhinestone basic jewels just to kind of fill in some of those spaces. There we go. And as usual, I do have another card featuring some of the related products that I've been using. So this one is actually from a recent team card swap. This is from my teammate Colleen Wendell. So while it isn't using the Sweet Conversations stamp set, it is using a bunch of the different products from the Sweet Talk suite of products. So you can see we've got the dies here. That's cut out one of the, just a cute little red heart. There we've got our Sweet Talk Designer Series paper, the gingham folder, and these lovely little jewels here are all part of the Sweet Talk suite of products that are in the January to June mini catalog. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this month's class with the Sweet Conversations stamp set. I'll be back next month, March, with the Quiet Meadow stamp set from the annual catalog. It's one of my favorites. I've had so much fun crafting with this and I can't wait to share it with you guys. If you want to get just the class supplies for any of my Stampin' Jammies online card classes, all you need to do is send $25 and an email to inspirationwiththeresa@gmail.com, and I'm happy to send all the class supplies to you anywhere in Canada. If you're outside of Canada, we just add a little bit extra for the extra shipping, and I'm happy to send it to you as well. If you want to get the full class kit, April's class featuring the Dahlia Days stamp set is still available. The deadline for that is March 12th, so there's still plenty of time to take advantage and get the full class kit, which includes, of course, the Dahlia Days stamp set. So pretty, right? And one ink pad, some coordinating designer series paper, and of course, all the class supplies. If you want to check me out in between, then you definitely want to check me out on social at Inspiration Cards on both Facebook and Instagram. And of course, you can check out my blog for more projects, sneak peeks, promotions, and all kinds of things at inspirationcards.com. I hope I'll see you soon. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel.